Hi, Brooke here from Clear Creek Farm. This week we have started working with Grace's Fair Wether, and we're going to go through 5 days of showing you how to lead and brace train. So come along as we go ahead and do that. So we're using 2 ropes because just in case he slips the halter, and we won't have to chase him all over the place. So if he slips the halter, we have a second form of basically restraint. And it's really muddy and gross out. It's been raining for the last 3 days, but she's got to get him. She just got him on Saturday, so we're trying to get him lead trained now. I had him on the lead a little bit yesterday, not much. So today is really the first full day that he's had the halter on, and we've tried to lead him, but he's actually not doing too bad. And they catch on pretty quick. So this is the Wether that Grace will be taking to fair. Alligator roll. Once he figures out that it's easier to give in to the pressure, he'll stop the jumping. So we'll do this for about 15 minutes and then tie him up on the chain. And we'll do this every day until he's walking good, and then we'll start him on the tire. This is the first time I've seen that. So this is what they usually do when you first start them out. They usually do the jumping thing, or they'll spin and on the ground like an alligator, so that's why we call them alligator rolls. Yeah. So when he starts pulling back really hard like that, she just keeps steady pressure on the lead. Doesn't try to drag him, just keeps steady pressure until he hops forward again. Because that's how they figure out that release of pressure. Release of pressure is the key. So today is day 2. He's actually doing a lot better today. We didn't work him quite as hard or as long as we usually do yesterday because it was just raining so hard that we kind of had to give up. But today, as you can see, it's not raining and he's actually leading a lot better. And also today we're going to start the process of getting him to brace up really well. So we'll show you how we do that. But as you can see, I mean, just after 1 day of putting him on the lead, he's pretty much got it down. He still has little periods where he throws a temper tantrum, but for the most part he's actually leading really well. I mean, in a week he'll be an old pro. And he's still quite small. He's got a little bit to grow yet. We're hoping he's 70 pounds by fair. We actually bought this Wether from a friend of ours. We had sold all the Wethers that we made this year, including the one Grace was going to take to fair. We ended up selling him to someone else because they really, really wanted one. And I had bought him already to use as a backup, so now she's just going to use him. And he got her flip-flop because she's not wearing the proper shoes out here. Instead of wearing boots, she's got to wear flip-flops, and I'm tired of harping on her about it. So whatever, she gets her feet stepped on, she gets her feet stepped on. Sometimes kids have to make their own choices and learn from their own stupidity. So the hops are getting smaller. So now she's gonna try and get him to brace up. So basically, right now, at the beginning stages, we lift them up and we push back on them until they push back on us. And then we'll slowly let them down, and if they disengage, then we'll pick them back up. See right there? Oh, see, he disengaged. So now she'll push him back until he... Not so high.
I know.
Push. Push back. There. There he goes. Oh, nope. Push him back again. There he goes. Oh, nope. He keeps taking that one little step backwards. There. Much better. Then she'll hold him like that for 10 to 15 seconds, and then she'll push him back again. I mean, the best way to get them to brace up is to keep pushing them backwards in a small circle. You walk them backwards in a small circle until they push against you. It doesn't take them, really doesn't take them long to figure it out. I mean, they're not... I think she said she's gonna name this one Ben-Hur.
Yeah,
Ben-Hur.
Nickname Ben. It's not my weirdest name yet, though.
There. But you have to keep doing it. Put... So he's got himself pretty panting. The thing about it, you gotta, when you're showing these guys, you gotta prepare for every situation. Every situation you have to make sure that you're prepared for. I've seen a lot of goats, a lot of Wethers jumping around in the ring, and that's because they just were not prepared for that situation that they were in. They weren't worked with enough at home, or either they were and they weren't put into a situation that they can counter that. We work them in several different areas in the yard, not just here, so that way they're used to different scenery and different locations. Still have flip-flops on. even if your Wether decides he's gonna lay down when you're walking him, do not stop and lift him up, because odds all you're teaching him is that laying down is gonna get him somewhere. Just keep pulling on the lead and he'll eventually get up. Today's day 3. Well, Grace will be 14 in June. So she has she's 13 in 4-H age. So she'll have a number of years left to show. See, he's still jumping sometimes, but he's way better than he was. See, he just tried to lay down there. And you see, even after just a day of the bracing, he's already right. Don't lean over him.
I always have a tendency of doing that. I don't know what that was either. I think he likes to jump over here because the barn's over there. And you're just trying to throw a tender tantrum. Do you think you're gonna go back? Huh.
And you have to change directions too. It's good to get him used to walking in both directions. And he's already been out for 45 minutes. Had him out walking a little bit earlier and had him on the chain. Oh, he's kind of throwing temper tantrums because he wants to be done.
And he's kind of tired.
But in the show, when you're showing, they can't just be done. They can't just throw temper tantrums because they're done. So it's good to get them out, work them, put them up, then get them back out, work them, put them back out, put them back up, get them back out and work them. So that way they learn that it doesn't matter. The temper tantrums they throw, they're gonna have to work anyway. Now once he starts going good, she'll put him up.
No. So I'm going to be talking about how a rope halter is different from a nylon chain halter and how a nylon chain halter is better than a rope halter. A rope halter, when you use it, many people use these, and you just don't really like the fact because it closes off their airways when you put them on, and it just like, this one is different. This one doesn't do that, but I just grabbed a rope halter, so. And then it like pinches their face and their ears, not their ears, their eyes, so that it like, you can't see. Would you want something on your eyes and where you can't breathe? No, I don't think so. So nobody, like, you just have to think like, would I want that on my face, and how is it feel to that goat? Because yeah. And then the nylon chain halter fits around their face nicely and goes here. These two go here, and then it wraps around their head, and it doesn't pinch their eyes. They can see clearly. In most of our videos with my Wether, you can see how this works, and you can see it doesn't pinch their eyes, it doesn't close off their airway, because this goes under the chin, like a horse kind of would, and not how a rope halter would do it. And you just have more control over the animal with a chain rather than a rope that's rubbing on them.
So every day, either Grace or I, depending on her custody schedule, will get him out and tie him up on the chain for about 15 to 20 minutes, and we'll make him stand here on it. This basically teaches them patience, so they won't be fighting you so hard in the ring. I mean, that's a huge part of a good, consistent Wether, is they need to learn and understand patience. So if you have trouble with your Wether not wanting to stand still in the ring, being dancy, just tie him up every day for about 15 minutes. Let him work it out, and you will see a huge change in about a week. They will calm down, they'll stand there, because they've worked it out that doesn't matter how much they dance and wiggle around, it's not going to get them anywhere. So today is day 4. We've changed the location slightly of him being walked. He's doing way better.
A little bit of temper tantrum and we're good.
I'll go the other direction. I love how his tail wags. It's so funny. And a good rule of thumb to adhere to when you're trying to lead train a Wether is don't look down or look back at them. Just look straight ahead. Look where you're going, because if you don't pay them any attention, they're going to walk with you rather than fighting you. So don't lean. So I'm still crossing my fingers that we even have a fair this year. Our fair is the first full week in August. And so far it's on, but we'll see if it's actually happens. I'm hoping. I feel really terrible for all the kids that bought projects this year and can't use them. We'll just keep working with him anyway and hope for the best. And I think he's gonna be a pretty good one. We've actually decided to change his name from Ben-Hur to Stoic because he is kind of stoic. He's pretty calm, easygoing, very, very sweet-natured.
Nothing really bothers me.
Yeah, so far, nothing really bothers him all that much. He's not skittish, so seems to have a good mind, which is nice because the one she had last year was kind of a jerk.
We play with him all the time, so he was out last night and got so tired that he just laid down. He got in the pen, so he doesn't really get bothered when we play.
So today is day 4, and we'll go ahead and do day 5, and then I will call him good. This is how you desensitize them, right here. Oh, good Lord. He's gonna go down the slide on the other side. All right, today is day 5. We have him out here again. And of course it's raining again. It's been raining for the last 9 to 10 days and I'm just tired of it. I'm debating at this point whether we'll ever see the sun again. I'm hoping yes. But as you can see, he's going really well today. She did have him out last night. She put the horse halter on him, aka the harness, and had him dragging around a bucket. Oh, he's peeing.
In a box.
And we're gonna try today to see if we can brace him up without lifting him in the air. Just to see if he can do it or not. And if he can't, we'll keep lifting him until, see, lift him up because he's not doing it.
Feels like he is, he's just not setting the seat like he should be.
So eventually, she will not have to lift him up anymore. She will be able to just put her leg into him and he will push back on her. And then after that point, she will start working on setting his legs. I'm thinking by the end of next week that will be happening. So by the end of next week, the goal is to be able to brace him without having to lift him up. So we only lift them up in the very beginning stages of teaching them to brace. So when you're teaching them to brace, do not pull forward on them. Never pull forward on them. Just push back. And the easiest way to do that, like I stated a little earlier in the video, is to lift them up and push back in a small circle. Do a small circle with them pushing back. And then they'll get to the point where you do not have to lift them up anymore. You just put your leg into them and they will brace up for you. And then you can start setting their legs. And then you will get to the point where you can push against them. They will set their own legs and they will stand that way. They will hold that brace. They will hold that brace for as long as you need them to. Our goal is for them to hold the brace for at least 20 minutes, as usually a large showmanship class requires that. You don't want to have to reset your goats over and over and over and over and over again. In a showmanship class, you want them to be able to hold that brace the whole time. And then she'll work on him keeping the brace as she steps away from him, so that way she can show off his front chest area. See, he's getting better about it now. Now she's not having to push him back so much. And she'll slowly lower him down. See, so we'll have to work, there you go. So we'll have to work on setting those back legs because he tends to put that one forward. Is he pushing?
Yeah.
Is he? Okay, good. So only after a couple days, he's already got a good concept of what bracing is. I mean, it's really not that hard to teach him if you know how to do it. So like I said, don't grab your goat behind on its neck and try to pull forward and have it brace, because it's not going to. Now, Grace is going to show you where you place your hands when you go to brace them. So you put this hand here underneath their chin, like that, and your back hand goes underneath there, behind their ears. Okay, so we're not going to be grabbing them. So let go for a minute.
Like right here.
Yeah, you're not going to be grabbing them right there. So that doesn't work. So you got to grab them behind the chin. Put your fingers, spread your fingers out under the chin like that. Yep. And then
Kinda
your back
like
hand.
Their jawline, like these two fingers, kind of like their jawline.
Yep. And then the back hand goes behind their ears. Yep, just like that. All right.
Some people like to do this.
Yep, or you can put their ears up. We don't typically do that. But that's the hand placement. Thank you for coming along on our weather training journey. We've been doing this for several years now, and I will update the video as his training progresses, as we get him on the tire, as his bracing comes along. So watch for those videos. We'll do a tire video. We'll show you how we harness them up to the tire and how they pull it and how it works. And we'll also do an updated bracing video. So thank you guys for watching, and hope you have a great weekend. Bye.